Hello, beautiful people. Wow, we are back on another live stream. This time we are with Nasya Shepard, who is, I'm going to let her introduce herself. But as a leader in the WIN community, she has just been just a pivotal measure here. Just being able to show up in our 6 a.m. rooms and being able to just impact other WIN members along the way over the last, I don't know how many years now. But we now get to see her as a speaker at the conference, where you also will see her as a sponsor and all the other things. But we want to get to know her a little bit more here on this live. So please share this live stream. Let people know what we're doing here in the WIN community and support the people that we support as well. I am Allegra, the founder of WIN. As amazing as I love doing business, I love doing it more in community. And Nysa has been also a contributing part of my own business as well. So get ready to get to know her. Nysa, please introduce yourself.
So, hello. Thank you so much, Dr. Allegra, for having me on this amazing platform to share what I do and also to be a speaker. So, hello, everybody. My name is Nasya Shepard, CEO and founder of Miracle Moments LLC. And Miracle Moments LLC is based off my life, where I experienced my first miracle moment at birth with my esophagus and my stomach not connected. That has inspired me to help other people discover their miracle moment. And what that means is what you may feel is impossible with miracle moments, we can make possible when it comes to your business cards, social media, logos, graphics, custom songs, and also we're getting into AI receptionists for your business to help catch those calls that after hours, if somebody's not there to answer the phone, it can catch the call, make an appointment, and answer any questions related to your business.
AI is so ever growing, so I'm glad that you are actually in the market for that. For those of you who have never been a part of the miracle moments that we've had in this WIN community, definitely you want to get to know Nysa. I want to pull out something about this because I know that you've told your story a lot through the time that you built your brand. And you've kind of given us a little bit of a sneak of what exactly you've done in your journey to challenge yourself to build this business from the ground up. But it's called Miracle Moments for a reason. So can you tell us like what that actually means?
Yes, so my name Nysa means miracle of God. It was so one of my mom's friends so let me tell you, for 5 days of my life, I did not have a name. So I was just known as Baby Shepard. So when I went from the hospital that I was born at to the hospital in Duke, one of my mom's friends visited her in the hospital, and she asked her, did she have a name for me yet? And she was like, no. So she found a name in the Bible. Y'all don't ask me where it's at in the Bible. I don't know. She just said it was in the Bible, but my name, the origin is Hebrew, and it means miracle of God. So when starting my business, I wanted a name to embody who I was and who I am and my story. So I was like, why don't I just do miracle moments? And I wanted to also be catchy. So I was like, why don't I change it up and spell it different? And that's what I did.
That's exactly what you did. I listen. I've had so many conversations with Nysa's like, yeah, this is just a miracle moment, and so I love how you put your stamp on your brand. I do, and I'm sharing this out, guys. I'm sharing it out to our groups on Facebook. We have about 7 or 8 Facebook groups for our WIN members in different local cities. So we want you guys to make sure you share it to your audiences and friends because you never know who needs what Nysa has. And this is all part of community and sharing. And in our new ecosystem of community, guys, we have found that when you really show up and when you share, you'll get the same in return. Nysa, I would like for people to know more about the speaking part. What inspired you to, number one, be a speaker, and number two, be a sponsor for the conference?
Okay, so what inspired me to be a speaker? Well, honestly, I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone and try something that I've never done before. It's been it's been on my list to be a speaker, to share my story, but also to be a voice for others that just need an example of overcoming. So I wanted to do that, and this is actually helping me helping me not only elevate but just grow as a person, challenging me to come outside of my comfort zone, like I stated before. So I'm super excited. I've been promoting, getting sponsors, and if it's okay, I can shout out a few of my sponsors. Miss Shakita Mack, also Miss Taina, and also Val of Nails, NGR Nails, and then also Dr. Kimberly Nails. So I thank you guys so much for being a sponsor. It means so much. And for me to be a sponsor with the W.I.N community, I honestly I saw that we needed a song, so I was like, you know what, this would be a great opportunity to sponsor something amazing, especially when it's talking about generations.
And I listen to that song a lot. Okay. Speaking of generations, it's so funny. This is my 4-year-old niece, and I talk to people all the time. And I said when they ask me about the conference and all things we do, and I'm like, everyone from my 4-year-old niece to my 92-year-old grandmother, who is my other baby over here. And I tell y'all, it's really important to really emphasize the attitude of what we're doing. So when I heard that song and we rise together and just empowering generation, oh my God, I was like, I could listen to this song forever. Not to mention, it's also a great brand jingle for our conference, which we're going to have the DJ playing, like we're going to have it at the ceremony where we're going to be celebrating legacy. I'm already crying about, like what this is going to look like as the photos and the images that people have submitted of their legacies come across the screen. So I love that you've been able to be a part of W.I.N in that way. We really appreciate that. So I want to also hear more about, because your sponsors were shouted out. I want to hear more about your efforts as a sponsor and speaker at the conference, mostly to motivate and encourage other people who may be in that position. This was your first, opportunity of this kind. And I don't think you pumped the brakes at no point. So I would love for people to understand what that looked like for you as a speaker, getting sponsors for you as a brand, not just the conference, getting vendors, like the conversation, like, what did that look like for you in this experience?
To be quite honest, at first it was very nerve-wracking because I was like, I don't know about reaching out to this one. They might say no, but that's the worst thing they could say, right? Is no. So I literally went to your master class about sponsorship and utilized what you gave us and put it into work. And, I was like, okay, well, basically what I do really, y'all, is I try it. Send a message, see if it works, see if it sticks. If somebody sends something back, say yes. Okay, that's amazing. If they don't send anything back, okay, let's try a different approach, right? Let's try text. Let's try email. Let's try messenger. Let's do a video, right? So it's all in being creative. And that's what you have to do when you're working towards a goal. If something doesn't work at first, try a different approach. You might just get your yes.
I love that. And you got a lot of yeses. So we know it works. And I love that because I've definitely had to challenge myself to say, it's just about getting the yes. Like, who needs this? Who wants to be a part of this journey? And I personally have seen people pull up for you. So I love that. Shout out to y'all sponsors and people who pulled up for Miracle Moments. Before we get out of here, and y'all see, this is why we're celebrating generations, because we can't do it without each other.
Yeah.
Being in the same rooms, I've had so many moms, nieces tell me, it's hard to do what I do because my babies are here. Guess what? So is my baby right here, Lynn, because she also has her own audience and she's experiencing this through life, through legacy, and so she gets to actually live through it with me, right? Live through it with you all.
And I love that. I love that.
And you see Nana on there too.
Yeah.
Nana will pop her head in here real quick. So. Yeah. So with that being said, because we're celebrating all generations in one room this year, and we know that we're going to have pivotal conversations and huge gaps that we probably don't even know that are there, that are going to be just from having conversations and doing the activities in the room. What do you want people to walk away with when they come to this conference?
I want them to walk away with the feeling empowered, to feel like, just because we're different age range, that we can come together, we can reach different people, because like somebody like your niece's age, she has something that probably I could learn from. Because like when I'm with my nieces and nephews, I learn from them. They teach me things that I didn't know. So it's not like just because we're older or younger that we can't learn from each other, because they have something different that I don't possess. So let's take time to engage with them. Let's take time to learn from them, because you'd be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
Very much.
think sometimes that's what we as older people we may miss, because if we don't take the time to really sit with them, learn from them of what they may be experiencing and how that could shape their life.
Absolutely. And she's over here telling me to pay attention to the live stream. Just for example, right? She's like, yeah, you need to focus. I know I'm here, but you need to focus. So I really appreciate that take, Nisa, because I do believe that we're going to be breaking lots of these generational gaps, or I guess not
Mhm.
breaking, but bridging them. And also just making sure that for those of you, shout out to our sponsors, Coca-Cola, all of our independent sponsors who came up with In Kinds. We also have other sponsors that are still coming. We want to encourage you guys to just make sure you're either in the room or either your brand is there to be represented. It's so important. It's the first of its kind. And we'll also be having more things throughout the year. But before we give you guys more of that, as we have more to come, Nisa, give them a way that they can reach out to you, and any final words of wisdom that you would want them to take away from this live.
All right. So you can contact me by Facebook, Miracle Moments LLC, or on Nisa Shepard, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Nisa Shepard, Miracle Moments LLC. And also, if you guys come to the conference, use my promo code NISA, NASYA 10. I think it is. Try NISA and then NISA 10. One of those will work. If not, contact me and we can get your ticket. Okay. Also, if you want to sponsor, connect with me as well. But my final words is, no matter what situation that you're going through in life, know that you can overcome, and God's got your back, and you will be amazing. And every moment in life is your miracle moment.
Y'all are not going to ever forget these words. I'll tell you, every time you say it now, it just rings in my head. Thank you so much for bringing your brand to the forefront, Nisa, and always being a part of the W.I.N community. For everyone that is watching and will be watching in the future, make sure you click on the link to get your tickets to the conference. Nisa already pulled the plug. She said, use my code so that you can get, we look at that, right? Our speakers
Yeah.
are bringing people to the conference, and we're like, who is supporting, who's really out there spreading the word, talking about it. So we're encouraged when we see the speakers using their codes. Thank you so much, Nisa, again. And we will see all of you on the flip side in our next live stream call or whatever other one event we have going on. Bye, guys.
Bye.